So I've been doing the Kriger Training program for the past 4 months, or 122 days. During the 122 days, I've gone through the first 4 blocks of the season, the build phase. This is where we build a solid base in strength, cardio and gymnastics. Let's just say there have been some lifting. A lot of lifting. I'm very curious to see if I've gained any strength, which was my biggest weakness after going through the athlete profiling tests. Kriger Training makes between different blocks throughout the year for best possible adaptation. And this is how this year is divided. We have just finished the first phase, this phase, and will now move into the next, which is more CrossFit specific training. All of this will make more sense when we talk to Joakim later in the video.
Hopefully.
Let's first do some retesting of some of our strength exercises.
First up is the clean and jerk. My previous listed max was 125 kilos. It was a little shaky, but it felt okay, so I decided to go up 5 kilos to 130. This would be a 5 kilo PB.
I've been trying to hit this weight for 4 years, so it felt really good to finally hit it and feel like I'm getting better.
Next up, the overhead squat. I have not been doing too much of overhead squat before this program, so I think this is where some of my biggest gains is going to be made. That's a huge PB for me. So I have just done a couple of more tests, as you have seen. Joakim, what do you think about the results?
I'm actually very happy with you. When you were here the last time, we went through your athlete profile, and what we saw was some really good results and some results on some of the tests that were really holding your back, that was your limiters and was holding you back in more than just these tests, but for most CrossFit workouts. And the biggest thing I think was the leg strength.
Quick question. How is strength my weakness?
I've really tried to focus on, as we talked about in the first video, like quality in each squat session. So I've tried to minimize the cardio, especially on the legs.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing always when following a general program, and especially for us when doing a building block, we're thinking both on the athlete that needs to get stronger and the athletes that needs a better engine for just work capacity. So while the program is really good for everyone also needs to focus on their needs, which athlete profile really helps with. And then you need to be smart enough to actually, okay, no, I don't need to run today because I have an important squat session tomorrow, and that's where my most gains is made this building block season.
That have been surprisingly difficult, like to skip the cardio, because you're not that strong and you need to dare to get in worse shape or not as good shape. And then you feel like you're not in as good as a shape as you used to be. And the strength is not coming right away, so you feel like you're bad at everything.
Yeah, and that's where we need to like hold back our ego a little bit.
Yeah.
But we also need to know that there is a big difference in maintaining a capacity. It doesn't require as much work, but to get better at something, and especially actually the things that we are not that talented in, requires a lot more work, and we need to make space for that.
Yeah.
And that's what you have done now, and I'm not worried now when we're starting with a CrossFit-specific block and you are starting to run a little bit more and doing more general CrossFit. Your conditioning will get back, and because again it's easier to maintain something, you will be able to maintain your strength numbers.
Hopefully. Okay, Joakim, so we're going into 2 blocks now of CrossFit specific training.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So we have done the work now. We have increased each of the capacities that we really wanted to get better at. But as a CrossFitter, we need to also get good at movement efficiency, putting the different movements together, doing different types of workout, learning how to strategize when we're doing 50 toes to bar or 10 rounds of 5 toes to bar. There will be a difference in how we can attack these movements. The first thing then is movement efficiency. We need to learn how to move as cost effectively as possible. For example, in the beginning in a CrossFit career, we often see that 40 kilo thruster and athletes are moving that like it's weighing 100 kilo, like using all the power they have in order to get the barbell up, and it goes really fast, but then the rest periods between the repetition or the sets gets longer and longer and longer. While we see an athlete that has done this for 10 years is just putting enough energy to get the bar overhead, and because of that can do bigger sets and need less time to recover between the sets. And in order to do that, we have seen that the biggest thing is to do CrossFit workouts. So during this CrossFit specific block, we do a lot more variation, different workouts, different time domains, in order for you to learn how to move more efficiently and also how to strategize the workout. Because the strategy is so much harder in CrossFit than in regular sports. Like when you're doing a 5K run, you're pretty sure on what paces you want to hold in order to be able to do this around the same pace for each kilometers. But in the CrossFit workouts, we always get challenged by new movements and new workouts. So it's a lot harder to know how hard can we push in the beginning. How should I split up these 12 reps? I know I did something when I did 50 reps, but how am I going to split up these? So we always need to do new strategy plans. And you see, for example, in the CrossFit Open, many are doing the workouts on the Friday, get a score, then they're thinking about the workout during the whole weekend, and then on Monday they get back and they do a 10% better score. When we see that improvement, about like 10% improvement in the workout, then we know if we get to a live competition and do 10% worse than we could have done, because in live competition we cannot retest the workouts. No. So we need to learn how can we get the most out of the session.
So it sounds like we need to learn more about how we can strategize our workouts to improve as an athlete. And who is better to learn this from than the one and only Kristin Holte?
Some key elements to making a good strategy and game plan is first of all to analyze the workout, and then when you have done a thorough analyze, you need to make a game plan, and maybe you have to make several game plans, and after that have to test out the plan and how much time and effort you can spend on testing out the plan depends on how much time you have before you're going to do the workout. But that can be physically testing out the flow of the workout, the movements, or just visualizing the workout. For a workout, I make like a main game plan, a game plan A, but then I also have a game plan B that if things doesn't go as I want to and plan, I have a plan to just go right into, so I don't have to figure out while I'm in the workout how I'm gonna split the reps or how I can make actually a new game plan on the go. That's really hard when you're tired. And then I also usually have just an emergency game plan if everything goes to shit. So for this workout, I would start with the time domain. I know I have not done this before, but I know a lot of other athletes have done it. So I'm thinking it's gonna be around 20 minutes, probably a little over 20 minutes. So it's a longer workout, and that I have to think about that when I make a game plan. And then I want to see how I'm gonna split the reps. It's gonna be a grip intensive workout. So I think it's a little stupid to go out too hard, because then if the grip is gone, it's gone. I think I want to do the wall balls unbroken on the first round and then split it up 20-10 or something like that for the last 2 rounds. The chest to bars I will split up in 2. And for me, I usually like to just do a little bigger a set on the first one. So I'll probably do 12-8, just to save my grip. And then the box step overs, I want to do unbroken. And I want to focus on fast transitions. So I want to go straight from movement to not lose any time there. And if I have to rest more, I'll rather split the reps up more and do more sets. And then the skier, I think I want to try to hold around 205 to 210 pace. I want to recover a little bit, but don't lose too much time there. Try to just breathe and keep a steady pace. And then for the last 3 rounds, I think the clean and jerks are going to be hard. I want to try to do them unbroken, but I can do them in 2 sets. And that's going to be 6 and 4 with a short rest in between, just stepping back and then moving back forward again and just picking up the dumbbells. The toes to bar is the part that I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but it depends on the grip. I'll rather do more sets with short rest than having to stand there and resting for long to do bigger sets. So that part is a little open. I know I can always do sets of 5. So if I have to go into that, I'll do that. But the focus there is just jump straight up, do as many reps as I can without fatiguing the grip too much, and then have a short rest, just walk forward, walk back again, and then start the next set. And then for the lunges, I'll try to do 50 meters unbroken and then probably 7.5 and 7.5, but we'll see how that feels. The focus point for this workout for me is to try to be as efficient as possible. So for the wall balls, use as little energy as possible and try to relax my arms. And also focus on breathing throughout all movements so that I can do this as fast as possible and not have the breathing pattern that is the limiter for me.
We done, what did you call the workout?
Let's rip grip.
Did it go according to plan?
It went pretty much according to game plan. At least one of the game plans. I had to change it up a little bit. The ski erg, I had to slow it down a little bit. And also I had to do smaller sets on the toes to bar. But the clean and jerks went better, so I was able to catch some time there. Overall, it was a good workout. It was a tough one.
What was the worst part for you?
I feel like the first 3 rounds was tough because my heart rate went up pretty fast and I started to feel my grip already then. So I started to focus on, how is this gonna feel on the last 3 rounds? But then it actually didn't get too much worse. But I feel like the lunges was the toughest part because of both the legs and the grip was really fatigued, and that was the part that I really had to work to get through those 30 meters.
Was that something you thought about before the workout started?
I did not think it was gonna be that hard, but to be honest, I think it was mostly mental. I don't think I would have dropped the dumbbells, but it was just really tough to do 15 meters unbroken. So I did that on the first round, on the first set, but then I had to do 7.5 meters just to mentally get myself started each round. And that was just easier. Maybe it was faster too, I don't know.
I'm really happy with the work so far. I think now just keep on being as dedicated as you are. See this as a new block with new improvements that you should do, which is more than movement efficiency strategy. And be okay with maintaining the things that you have done now increased. It's good to just follow on the strength number and stuff like that to see that, okay, yeah, I'm still about as strong as I was 4 weeks ago, just to see that it actually stays there. And if not, you need to call me and we will make a plan for the next four weeks. But follow the instructions. The goal is to get better at efficiency, strategizing, and then in 8 weeks we will meet again and make a plan for the rest of the year.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to get stronger as well, sign up for Kriger Training.